Hello and welcome into the 2024 Heart Football Media Day. Entering the 2024 season, the Heart boasts 14 football programs and now is the largest football conference in NAIA. We do get a chance to talk to all those programs, and I will walk you through that. I will be your host. My name is Jillian Carroll Latrinko. The school we're joined with right now is Benedictine College. We have head coach for the Ravens, Joel Osborne. We also have student athletes Heath Baker and Jacob Gathright joining us. Guys, thanks so much for the time. Coach, we're going to come right to you to kick things off. The Ravens tied for their share of the Heart South Conference Championship last season and are currently picked to win the Heart South in the preseason poll. Let's just hear from you an opening statement, Coach, about how you're feeling about approaching this season and just how much you can't wait to hit the field.
Well, we're just taking it one day at a time. We feel like we had a good season last year. We had some tough losses early in the season, and then we regrouped and got on a roll there. And we feel like we slipped up against a very good MNU team, didn't play to our capabilities in that last game. And, that kept us out of the playoffs. We're still able to win the conference, but ultimately we have bigger goals than that. And I'm really excited about the guys that we have returning, though. On paper, we have 18 returning starters. We got 2 All-Americans sitting right next to me. And so, it's a really good feeling to go in the season with those type of guys around you. We did have some tragedy this offseason. We lost Coach Papa Giorgio, our offensive line coach. He passed away in May. We had a football camp, and he was working at camp and suddenly had some issues and died of a heart attack. And, it's hard to replace a guy that has 24 years experience at your school. Just a legend in college football. And we're going to miss Coach Pops for sure and his impact. And then just a week ago, we had one of our young men pass away in a car accident, Caleb Stricker, a freshman. So it's been a trying time, for our program. But, we're looking forward. And I know that's what those two would want us to do. And we've had a great summer, Jillian. We had 146 players here throughout the summer working out on campus. So, they've worked in the community, done internships, worked jobs, camps, so it's been a great summer, and we're looking forward to getting going here when we start practice here next week.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Coach, and I am looking forward to your team coming together for the season. So wishing you the best of luck there. You have 2 All-Americans on each side of you there. Let's talk a little bit about them. Can you introduce us to the guys and just talk a little bit about what they bring to the field?
Yeah, so I'll talk about Jacob first. Jacob's a 2-time All-American for us. He's from San Diego, California. Jacob's only scholarship offer coming out of high school was to Benedictine. And he chose to come here. He didn't really get a senior year of high school because of COVID in the fall of 2020. So, he played a little bit in the spring of 2021, and Coach Hauser did a great job recruiting him. And he might have been the coldest recruiting visit I've ever seen was when he was here running routes in our old gym. And, just Coach Hauser's vision for him and what he could be for our program. And, man, it paid off. He's a big-time, explosive wide receiver. He's getting going a little bit in the return game, and he's a difference maker for us. And really excited for him. He's got a bright future. He's a Blazer, ran a 4.5 140 for the Chiefs this spring at their junior pro day. And so, he's doing a great job, on campus here. And he's really grown into a leader for us this offseason, had a great offseason for us. So that's a little bit about Jacob. And then Heath Baker to my other side here is a returning All-American defensive end. Heath is from Atchison. And Heath, he went to Emporia State, and he was there for the COVID season of 2020 for his freshman year, so they didn't get to play at Division II, and then came back for my first year, transferred back. And so he's done a tremendous job. He's really grown. He's developed into the player that he is now. And, he's got what the next level is looking for, the measurables. He's got the size. He's got the work ethic, the tenacity. He wants to get into coaching, so I love coaches. So I'm really excited for his future beyond playing. But, he's poised to have another big season for us as well, and hopefully get in the backfield and make the quarterback's life miserable for 60 minutes.
You got to love that. Jacob, what does it mean to you to be named an All-American?
It's a blessing. it really just it's great to get that honor and just to be appreciated in the sense that I'm at the next level doing what God gave me the ability to do and to keep pushing and to have my teammate, my coaches, Hauser have that vision for me. Like you said, it was my only offer coming out of high school. So to be doing it at the next level and to show out to, it really is a blessing to know that the whole league, the conference is taking vision of me. So
Yeah. Very cool. Do you have personal goals for the upcoming season? And then also talk about some of the goals that your team sets.
yeah, personal goals probably just to do it 3 times, do it again. And then the team says we have team meetings here every semester, and I know we have bigger goals than conference this year. We're trying to make it all the way and to have a home playoff game to just to go 11-0, go 1-0 every week, and that's where it all starts at the end of the day. And with the work that we've been putting in this summer, I feel like it could happen, and we'll find out fall camp and week 1. Yeah, just hopefully all our goals pan out.
Yep. All right. And Heath, also an All-American. What does that honor mean to you?
It means a lot to me, especially after 2 seasons ago. I felt that I should have been awarded all conference and ended up not receiving any award that year, and taking a huge jump and receiving second team All American last year. It meant a lot last year. It was a huge jump for me, and it also goes to show, me coming from a smaller town from Atchison, kind of shows small town kids can do it as well.
Yeah. And speaking of being a hometown kid, talk to us a little bit about Atchison on game day. What is it like? Does the community come out? Is everybody ready for the game? Just tell us a little bit about it.
Quite a few of the people around Atchison are always asking me when the games are and everything. Everyone's pretty hyped for the season, and especially like during game day. This is a one of a kind environment, especially for NAIA. Our stands are always filled. Our tailgate's huge out there, and especially even at away games. I've noticed that we have a bigger tailgate and bigger fan base at other people's places as well. So it goes to show that we have a huge gathering from the community around here.
Very cool. Coach, coming back your direction, let's shift over to the academic side of your program. Your team earned a program record of 12 NAIA Scholar Athlete Awards last season. Just talk about what that means to your program and how much you and your staff put emphasis on the academic side.
Right. So it's a holistic approach. So our guys, we're a little bit different than most programs right now. We're looking to develop guys out of high school, keep them for 4 to 5 years. So 90% of our roster is high school kids. We do have a few transfers, and typically they're a situation like Heath where it's relationship based. We were previously recruited them and they come back to us. But the academic side of it's a big deal because at some point football is going to end for everybody. It even ends for the guys who are the NFL guys. And you got to have something else to fall back on. What's your career path going to be? And, the academics here are really good at Benedictine. We take it very seriously. So I'm really proud of our team. They did a great job this whole last year. We had a 2.87 GPA in the fall and a 2.90 GPA in the spring, and just tremendous growth there. And, if you look at how our school's set up, we have structure in place to help our kids be successful through retention and through mentoring and teaching kids how to time manage. And Tyler Shepard's done a great job. He's a former player of ours. He played in the national championship in 2018, and he's getting his doctorate right now. And he runs a program that develops our kids academically. So we feel like we're doing all of it as opposed to just, sport related.
Yeah. So cool to have an alumni running that too. That's awesome.
Yep.
Looking at the conference, so the Heart has expanded into the largest program in NAIA with 14 teams, which is so cool. What does that say about the Heart and the sport of football and your conference? And really, is that going to help recruiting? Is that going to help the future? Just talk a little bit about the growth.
Yeah, so I mean, overall, if you look at the growth, we're adding good schools, good programs, good coaches, good parts of the country here. Still mainly in the Midwest, and it makes it harder for you to get an honor because we're not adding players to all conference, but we're adding schools.
Mhm.
So if you're still going to get those type of honors, you're having to compete against other guys, and so for us, it just adds depth, to our conference, and it makes it so we have to be ready even more than we were a year ago, and I'm excited to play some of the new schools. And we go on the road to St. Ambrose this year. We go to William Woods this year as well. So, and because of how we've done it, we still have that non-conference game. So we're going to open up at Morningside, which will be a really tough environment to play in, which will be a great challenge for our kids. But then once we get going, we've got to be ready to roll.
Other kind of newness across the conference, this will be the first time the Heart has instituted instant replay and coaches challenges, coaches challenges, sorry. What is that going to do for you? And just what do you make of that? What do you think it's going to bring to the season?
Well, I think the big thing there is like when you look at targeting, you're making sure we get it right. So we don't have kids missing games that shouldn't be missing games. And so that's the number one thing I think about. And then, are there critical plays where you think there's a turnover or not, or there's a scoring play or not, or your inbounds are out of bounds? And some of those plays could change the game. I mean, statistically, you're not going to see a ton of them. I think we went over that in our conference meeting this last week, and you're going to have about one review a game statistically. And there could be more, but, I think it's going to help our game. I'm really excited about the technology, so we can use that same replay technology then to get our iPads going on the sideline in the box, so we can make adjustments offensively, defensively, and on special teams. And so that'll be really, I'm really excited to see what that's going to look like.
And Jacob, coming back your way, obviously you talked about your journey coming to Benedictine being your option, and you took it, you ran with it. How has your experience been so far? What have been some of the highlights?
The highlights, there's plenty of them. We got 2 rings out of 3 seasons, so that you gotta love that. And just the community I built with brotherhood here. I'm gonna have a bunch of these friends for the rest of my life. So yeah, that too. And the teachers here, the professors, they're really nice. And it was a culture shock in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie. The weather, I'm a Cali kid, so but I got to play in the snow, so we get to say that. That's fun too.
Was that the first time you had a full winter coming here, like snow and
Yeah.
everything?
Yeah, I had to dress for it, layer up. It was cool.
Yeah. Pretty intense. Heath, coming back your way, what is your major and what are some of your career goals?
I'm currently a secondary education exercise science with a coaching minor. My career goal is hopefully head coach of a college team someday, but I'm also open to being a coaching in high school as well. I kind of just want to go on the coaching path and also education. I really want to see other people than just myself prosper from me helping them. So that's kind of something my goal is, to help others seek their path, as have people have helped me as well.
Very cool. And Coach, you said it yourself, you hit the road August 31st. You're taking on Morningside.
Yep.
I know you said this will be a good challenge for you guys. How prepared do you feel? How did preseason go? How are you feeling going into that match? I know it's a little.
Well, we had a great summer, so our floor's set, and then where do we go from here? Fall camp starts here pretty soon, and so we've got to hit the ground running with fall camp, and then we get 2 weeks of fall camp, and then we get a week of preparation to go to Morningside. So, the reason I say it's gonna be a tough challenge for us and a good challenge is because you're going on a road playing a program that's a championship program at their place at night, and they're going to have a good environment to play in as well. And their kids are well coached and very competitive. Our game was really close last year, and so we know we're going to have to bring it.
And Jacob, talk about this year's team and how you hope to be a leader, and what's your leadership style look like?
It's gonna be. I have big shoes to fill this year. I haven't been holding myself to the leadership standard. I've kind of just keeping my head down and leading by example, just letting the game talk for me. But I'm just gonna try to be vocal and expect the most out of my teammates. This summer, I've been working on it too, like in the conditioning. I need the most out of myself and everybody around me too. And we just been laying that foundation that we're gonna give it our all. And yeah.
Yeah. And Heath, we talked with Coach about the amount of NAIA scholarship athletes. It sounds like you want to get into education, which is super cool yourself, but how do you manage? Just talk about like the life of a student athlete and academics and athletics and managing it all.
I think the biggest thing is not letting things pile up. That's the heat. Like especially going from my freshman year to my sophomore year was just learning time management. So it's throughout the week, just find those perfect days where it's okay. I got this many classes, so it was my class days, and then the next day is my homework day. So, and then I can get it all done before I'm on the bus for a game on Saturday. And that's basically all it is. As long as you get that homework done and you can focus in on your sports as well, you'll prosper.
Very cool. Coach Heath and Jacob, thank you so much for your time. Again, sending you condolences and best of luck. I know it was a tough summer, so hopefully this season will make everyone proud. I know the Ravens have a lot of expectations on them, so sending you guys the best of luck this season. Thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you.